Hey, this is Anthony Parrilli with the Billion Bet Podcast, and today we got Nikko Raguso.
Hello, everybody. First off, I just want to start off and say I'm really proud of you, bro. Like putting all this together. It's amazing to even like be here and talk to you like in a setup because we go high school together, and we didn't go to middle school together though, did we?
No.
So we met in high school, and it's awesome to see like me and you doing our different things, but we're both working towards stuff. So
thank you, brother. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you. And tell us a little bit about your music career, how you got started.
Yeah, so I'm just turned 21. I started making beats when I was 16 years old. And I remember in high school, when I first started making beats, people thought I was like, I remember people making fun of me and stuff like that. Like, I remember, maybe you remember, but yeah, I started making beats because I needed to find a hobby. I stopped playing football. I stopped playing baseball, and that was like my main outlet. To, just take my energy out on something, because I feel like everyone has to do that, is take your energy out. So it's just an outlet. Like, yeah, this is your outlet, working. Yep. Like, you love working, you love being an entrepreneur, like that's your outlet. So my outlet is music. So I started making beats. I got okay at it, but I wanted to do more than that. So I'm really a believer in the butterfly effect. So I'm not going to name her name, but you remember that girl in high school I was seeing, and we like broke up. So I wrote a song out of quote unquote heartbreak. And then I put it on SoundCloud, and that was the first song I released. It was called Maze. I was 16 years old in high school, and then everything, I just never stopped.
That's incredible, man.
Because I fell in love with making music and the whole process behind it.
I remember Maze, and I remember how important it was to you just to write it yourself. It helped you a lot.
Looking back on it, like, I can't listen to it because it's cringe, but just that's the start. Everything is like a seed. I feel like everything is a seed and it all stems from something. So that's where I started. Yeah,
definitely, man. I remember when you were hustling, writing, making beats and selling them on the internet to people. Yeah. That's how you really got started, right?
Yeah. Selling beats on the internet. Then trying to find rappers in our school that would rap on them. Just whatever.
And didn't you speak with the guy from Lyrical Lemonade at one point?
So, 2021, I started promoting my music. I started getting serious. So I promoting my music on TikTok. And I made a song called Blonde Girl. I just started spamming it and just promote. And eventually the algorithm picked it up. So, I landed myself a FaceTime call with Cole Bennett. It was a pretty crazy story. Some random kid DM on Instagram. He said, "Hey, I'm going to the Pop-Tart convention in California. I'm going to see Cole Bennett there." I said, "Okay." I'm not thinking much of it. He's this random kid that DM'd me. So I gave him my number. He FaceTimes me a week later, and Cole Bennett answers the phone, sings Blonde Girl back to me. It's just internet. Like a song goes viral on the internet and people recognize the chorus. But to me, that's huge. That might look small to someone else, but to me, that's huge to even have a legend like Cole Bennett know a chorus to my song, or people just recognizing a song I wrote in my basement in general just means the world to me. So that was a very pivotal moment in my music career and gave me a lot of confidence to keep moving forward. So, and I'm sure you have moments like that.
Most
like
definitely.
when a milestone, it gives you a validation and like a stepping stone to keep moving forward, Like, what's a milestone you hit that really just kind of locked you in, like, okay, I'm in this for the long haul?
One milestone, especially with my business, was when I got my trailer.
Sure.
I ended up selling my car. I bought a pickup truck, sold my van I was using, got the trailer I got now, and it really forced me to be 100% committed, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
And it's probably the best decision I ever made in my life. But, I mean, man, it goes back way further than that. Like, when I left my first corporate job, that was probably the biggest pivot in my story, I'd say, because I fully committed to myself. I decided I'm going to start this business, and then taking the business from just being like, something that's not super serious to then taking it to the next level. Really, it was both two big learning experiences, to say the least.
I feel like, dude, I don't know if you feel like this, but you always have to have hitting those milestones. Like, something as little every day. Like, for me in music, it's like, okay, I got to write a song a day, and it doesn't matter if I record that song, but I got to do something. So you gotta do a job a day, or just to move your business or your career outlet up like another stepping stone, a level.
100%. Like the first part to that was, I was trying to get one job a day every day. And when I was able to more or less achieve that, it really made me take a different perspective on things, because I thought it was a milestone I would never be able to achieve at one point. And a lot of times I think that we initially set our goals too small, because I thought that, I might be able to get by with this business. All right. And then I thought, all right, I can probably do it. I'll quit my job. And I realized, I can totally or more than get by with the business. Yeah. And then you start looking into other avenues. But it doesn't come overnight. I mean, like I started cutting grasses when I was 12 years old, probably.
Exactly. And so that's got to be like the start of it.
Yeah.
Like even it's all just like a little effect.
It really just keeps going back, I guess. The more you think about it.
It seems like you're just constantly scaling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome to see too.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. With your music, what really struck you to decide this is what I'm going to do and this is why I'm going to do it?
I'm a big believer in, and I don't want us to come off like cocky or anything, but I'm a big believer in like, if you're good at something, just keep doing it over and over and over again. And it just so happens that I love it. So it's like, even if I wanted to stop, I couldn't. And I'm sure you feel the same. Like I just love sitting down, writing a song, recording it, putting it out, and don't care what anyone thinks. And if they like it, that's cool. But I'm just going to keep doing this regardless, because I see results and it makes me happy and I love it. And it just so happens I'm very blessed. It makes money too. Yeah. Is it livable right now? It's not, but I know it will be. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. I'm sure like you're the same. And I was going to ask you, our career paths are a little different, but how do you go about taking off days? Because I know your schedule is packed. You just started this podcast and you still have the lawnmower business and everything. How do you go about off days?
Honestly, I try to take off on Sundays.
Sure.
And I designate like 2 45-minute windows to hit the gym. Mm-hmm. And usually one of them's cardio and the other one is either more cardio or I'm sitting in the sauna, to be honest. And that kind of is my time to relax. Even when I'm running, I just, it's like a nice 30 minutes, run a few miles, and sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I don't. Yeah. But I just enjoy working, honestly. Do
you ever feel like when you're not working towards something, you're not doing something, there's like this voice in your head?
Yeah, 100%. Like, if I'm not actively trying to achieve something, it makes me feel like lazy almost. And a lot of that probably stems from when I was working landscaping. Those guys were really intense and they were hard workers. And some of them wouldn't even take lunch breaks because they were like so determined to finish the job. Yeah. And that was kind of just instilled at me in a young age.
That self-awareness I feel too. Like I know when I'm having a day that I'm not doing anything and I know I could be doing something and it like eats me alive. So that's the kind of struggle I'm in right now, is to fight that,
Well, and you have to you have to know what your end goal is ultimately, I guess. And then stuff's going to come and try and distract you, but you really just have to stay focused. I mean, you can take small side ventures that don't eat up all your time to help you achieve that end goal, I guess. But it's tough sometimes. That's the struggle as an entrepreneur, is having sometimes too many options.
Yeah, and then that work-life balance too.
Yeah, and it's do I go out to the bars on Friday, or do I sleep and then wake up Saturday morning and hustle?
Especially, we're kind of in a unique position. I mean, we're both 21.
Yeah.
Doing our own thing and figuring it out, trying to find work-life balance. I don't want to come off like a victim or anything. I'm just like, it definitely is a struggle sometimes in your head, but at the end of the day, I'm always getting something done.
Yeah. But you have to relax too. I mean,
yeah,
I'll go to the bars usually like once a month
for sure. I mean, this weekend I got sloppy. This is a really sloppy weekend for me, But like, it's like I turn 21, I'll come in town because I live in Missouri, and I don't really come here too often anymore. So when I do, I want to hang out with the boys and just relax, have a reset.
And hey, thanks for taking the time to come on the podcast while you're back.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me. I love just sitting down and talking.
Yeah, man. But really, just the work-life balance. It can be tough sometimes, especially when you have like, your family trying to eat dinner with you, and then you got to go away for the weekend. And there's it's an active management, I think.
Yeah, because you're doing this full time. Yeah, like you don't have. I mean, you're in college still.
I'll be graduated by this weekend.
Weekend, right? Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
I'm saying you're not at a 9 to 5.
No, I'm at like a 6 to 9.
A 6 to 9, right? A little pause, but
that's what it is. It's 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. usually.
So you're not working for any man but yourself right now.
Yeah, I have basically.
Okay.
I got the podcast going. I got the repair company, and then I have a trucking partnership going.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But that's basically it. That's all I can really handle, honestly.
Yeah.
It's pretty busy.
Yeah. I'm still working at the marina in Missouri. So that's 40 hours a week. And then it's like when you come home, it's like, do I hang out? If she's watching, do I hang out with my girlfriend? Or do I work on this music? And then it's like, so yeah, that work-life balance is definitely something I need to work on.
How often do you find yourself like making music? How many hours do you spend doing that a week?
For me, it's very impulsive, which is one of the reasons I fell in love with it. Because I could spend a week on one song. I could spend 10 minutes on one song, and the result could be very different. My most popular song, I recorded in 20 minutes. And then say like one of my least popular songs took me like a couple days. So that's why I love music, because it kind of represents me as a person, impulsive, but I'm still calculated here and there, but it just is freeing, dude. Like there's no rules to music. You could go into a studio session, not having any idea what you're doing, and then walk out with a great song, and there's no rules, which is why I love it.
You don't like following the rules?
I mean, there's definitely some rules that need to be followed, but for the most part, I don't know if this might be a bad thing, but I don't know. But I always find myself questioning some sort of authority, even working a 9 to 5 job, or I'm always questioning the boss if they're right or wrong, or that's just how my brain works, I guess.
Trust me, man. I've been fired from probably more jobs than most people.
No, you're preaching to the choir. It's been a couple for me too. No, I didn't get fired from this place, did I?
I don't think so.
But
yeah, you moved away.
Yeah, I moved away. Eventually, I probably would have got fired for me.
Hey.
Nah.
But anyways.
I'm definitely working. I got to work on that, because I do believe my cousin told me this quote. He said, "How you do everything, or how you do anything is how you do everything." So whatever your job is, I think I'm not the best to say this, but whatever you're doing should be doing to your best ability, no matter what it is. And I find myself when I do that, I'm my happiest and I'm most creative. I feel like music, especially for me, when I'm the best person I am outside of the studio or wherever I'm recording my music in my room, when I'm the best person in my real life to my friends and my family, that's when I'm the most creative. So for you, when you step out of this office or when you're not working on a job, are you still thinking about work?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, most definitely. When I'm hanging out with my friends, I try not to. I try to be present, I guess. But it's tough. Like, man, I always got new ideas coming through. Yep. How can I improve this? What can I do here? Does this look right? Should I replace the font? Are the colors correct?
Yeah, I understand.
There's 8,000 things to do. Have I finished the taxes for the month?
Yeah, I understand. And I think that's something I can work on too, is, finding time. I mean, is it bad? I mean, because is it an obsession or is it a healthy obsession? Because in my case, I'll record a song. I'm in the middle of hanging with people. I'll go to the bathroom and listen to the mix I had the same day. and I'll sit there, pretend I'm taking a poop. I'm just listening to the music I recorded, like critiquing it. So yeah, it kind of eats you alive. I guess that's coming with entrepreneurship, but I think it's kind of a healthy obsession in a way.
Yeah, you could most definitely be doing way worse things.
Very.
And you're doing something you love ultimately. Yes. And if you're doing something you love, that's really the most important part.
Yep.
Because you never get your days back.
I agree, dude.
But I don't know, man. It can be tough sometimes, I guess. Especially when you're with your friends and you're thinking about your new projects. One thing I like to do is I like waking up early now, honestly. I feel like when I wake up early, I have less distractions. And I can get like a solid 4 hours in before most convenience stores and such even open.
Yeah. You're waking up at like 6?
Yeah, like 5:45 or so. So I could get out of the house by like 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's also not like, oh man, like I like talking to people. So I'll go to the gym. I'll end up talking to people for like 10 minutes. I'll leave the gym. I'll catch somebody on the way out.
Yeah, I admire that about you.
Yeah, but
you talk to anybody, which is I think awesome.
Thank you. But it makes it I get distracted easily, to say the least.
Yeah.
That's why I talk to so many people sometimes, because I just get distracted like, oh, look who it is.
That's not a bad thing though, at all. Because you never know what a relationship could lead to. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Very true. And it's probably something that I'm blessed with, honestly. Yeah. And I definitely take all of those things with a heavy heart.
Yeah. Speaking about, so you wake up, you go to the gym. How did you get into fitness? Because we were talking about this before we even put the mics on. We were both fat boys.
Yes, we were.
I still got some work to do, but from what it was, yeah. That's another thing with fitness. I feel like I'll never be satisfied with my physique, really. Like I'm always working towards it. But how did you start? Well, man, you look in the mirror, you said, "Damn, you're fat."
Yeah, I guess I didn't have a lot of energy. I heard about this thing called keto, and because you originally actually kind of put me on, to be honest.
That's how I didn't even remember that actually.
I heard about this thing, and for those who don't know, keto is essentially. Well, do you want to describe it?
Well, keto, no carbs.
It's basically no carbs, mainly like meat, cheese,
high
fish.
Protein, yeah,
high protein, kind of high fats, but it kind of is associated with what you're eating. Honestly,
that's funny. I completely forgot. That's kind of what got me into it too. I was like 2020 or something like that, and I started it, and I lost a bunch of weight. I put it right back on, but that's what got me into like watching my weight and like measuring food.
So what were you at originally?
August of 2020. I told you I was 225. It's September now, so September 2023. I'm 167. I weighed myself this morning. That's been inconsistent though, but right now I feel like I'm at a good stage in life where I could maintain a healthy physique for the rest of my life because I'm educated enough to know how to do so. Growing up, we weren't.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like from kindergarten to high school, I knew nothing about nutrition.
Oh man, and we're both from Italian families. We were eating pasta, bread, all of it.
Exactly.
And lots of it.
Yeah. Even that, just growing up on junk food, dude. It's like eating chips like it's nothing. Playing video games. I mean, I still play video games here and there, but it's like that's all I was doing was playing video games, eating bad food. And I would wonder why I would wake up for school and just like feel like a zombie, bro.
And eat a Pop-Tart for breakfast.
Eat a Pop-Tart, maybe some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah. I mean, I still eat like garbage here and there. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I found a way to like portion control, and just like have like maybe 20% bad food for the day, and then I'll do 80% good food for the day, and I'll count my calories and try my best not to go overboard and work out every day. So yeah, I mean, do you cut out like all bad food? Like you just go all in?
No, man. I have cheat meals all the time.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
But when you're working out, once to twice a day, you can honestly eat like pretty bad for like 2 weeks, and you'll feel the effects.
You'll feel like you
won't look any different.
Yeah.
But you'll feel like crap.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, you could eat 3 Big Macs a day. It'd be 1,500 calories, and you'll lose weight, but you'll feel like garbage though. But
yeah, that's the nutritional aspect of it. was the biggest change for me. Like when I started eating fresh foods, organic foods, just stuff that like had greens in it, but mainly like meat.
Yeah.
Like a lot of ground beef, a lot of steak, a lot of fish. My brain seems to function better.
I was gonna ask, how did that affect your business and your work and your life when you lost weight and you felt healthier?
Okay, so this might seem silly, but
No, I won't. I guarantee you, I got the same answer, bro.
like, man, even like nowadays I can eat like once a day and be completely fine. I'll eat 2,500. Like last night, for example, was the first time I ate the whole day. I had a protein shake. It was like 60 grams of protein, and I had a whole pound of ground beef.
And people think that's weird, but it's not.
And like half an onion,
Yeah.
Some tomato, and some farm fresh pickles.
Bro, I eat like 1.5 pounds of meat every day. My mom looks at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great.
My dad thought I was making lunch for like the whole week.
Yeah.
I was like, no,
this is one meal, dog. But when I lost my weight, I just felt, obviously you'll start feeling amazing, but my music started going somewhere. And I think that's because I had more energy to promote. I had more energy to talk to people about it. I was more confident.
yeah.
I'm so much more, dude. Thinking back on it, when I was like that was that fat, I was so unconfident, bro. Like I might have looked confident, but like you look in the mirror, like how could you be confident?
No, dude, I had
I don't
no
mean to fat shame it over, but like that's just the truth, bro. Like I felt horrible because I looked horrible, bro.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
It was the same exact way.
Yeah.
I looked like crap. I felt like crap.
Yeah.
My water polo coach always used to say, like, you dress how you're going to play. And we would come with suits and ties to the games. And I think it made a big difference for like the ego of the team,
Is
the
that for water
morale.
polo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made a huge difference. And just feeling better now, like I can talk to more people. I think it made a huge difference with the amount of jobs I was getting too, because I could talk longer on the phone. I was a better communicator really, because when I started to focus on my health, I didn't just focus on my health. I focused on all aspects of my health, whether that was like my flexibility, whether that was spiritual health, everything, mental health.
Everything does. I feel like everything does follow that, dude. Spirituality. Are you into spirituality? What's your takes on that? You just started like being more self-aware and
Yeah, like sitting in the sauna, being
just really
just
connecting with yourself,
thinking about my day, reflecting.
Yeah.
I feel like reflection is a important part of your day that's often overlooked. Being able to just analyze everything that you've seen throughout the day.
Like what made you happy, what made you sad,
What you were
why.
grateful for.
Yeah, grateful for.
Like that was something that Keaton Hoskins, I went out, I met him a few times, but he's always says that, like, what's your daily gratitude? What are you grateful for? Make a gratitude journal.
I was doing that for a while, actually.
You tried it.
I was doing that for a good month. I don't know why I stopped. Maybe I just got, when I do something for a while and I feel good on it, I'm like, oh, I could just stop it and I'll feel great. But no, it's all a practice. So, but yeah, I was doing that. I was just at the end of the day before I go to bed, I would write, okay, what made me happy? What made me sad? Was I nice to people today? Did I reach my full potential today? And why? And I would just write it down, not think too much of it, wake up. And what happens, I feel like my subconscious would kick in when I would come into interactions with people. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to be kind to this person because I wrote it down last night. It would just kick in. So that was cool. I'm gonna start doing that again. I should definitely start doing that again. Writing my thoughts down before bed.
I heard that if you can control what your feelings and your thoughts are like before you go to sleep, that it can really help you get like better sleep actually.
I bet.
And feel at peace.
I bet. My cousin Mike put me on to, have you heard of Stoicism?
Yeah.
Stoicism. That has helped me so much the past couple months. I didn't even know that whole philosophy was a thing. So he put me on to it. Shout out Mike. That was beautiful. Just the whole kind of, I still don't have all of it figured out, but the gist of it is you learn to think about things like you can't control some things, but you can control some other things. So only focus on what you can control. And that's really helped me.
For example, traffic is another thing.
Yeah.
personally used to get so mad at traffic. Like someone cut me off, I would get so angry. And now it doesn't affect me.
Because you can't move that car.
No, it's out of your control.
How do you think about it though?
Well,
like that's what you would ask yourself, right? Like, what do I think about this situation? I can't do nothing.
no, you can't. Honestly, it's just better to give them space.
Yeah.
As silly as it sounds, you just hit the brakes a little bit, because most of the time, like, you're just going to get to the light at the same time as them regardless, or the next light. That's that plays into the whole patience thing. I never had any patience, and that's probably why I ended up working for myself, honestly, because I couldn't deal with working for somebody, because I would just get, frustrated eventually.
Sure.
And that seems
It's
to
not
be
a bad thing. I mean, that's not a bad thing though.
Yeah.
Look what you built and look what you're building.
Yeah.
I feel like what I really admire about you, I don't even mean to whatever, but you make decisions. I feel like from looking on the outside, I don't know how it really is, but when you make decisions, it seems like you can make them fast. Like this whole podcast setup wasn't here 2 weeks ago. Was it a month ago?
Like a month ago, it wasn't.
A month ago. Did you even have an office like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago?
Not not 2 months ago.
Like this, I feel like it's something people would take maybe years to think about. Like, oh, I'm going to get off as work for myself. Bro, you're 21 years old. Put this podcast studio together. You have your business going. Like, that's not normal.
It was actually, thank you very much.
Yeah,
I think it was
not normal.
A weekend, 1 month and 1 week, basically, since I got everything.
See, so you said patience. I never grew up with patience. Okay, but look where it's getting you, and you recognize that, which is amazing. So,
yeah, and I'm in the process of, I wasn't actually going to bring this up on the podcast, but now that you
bring it up,
you talk about it, I'm actually in the process of, I started writing a book.
Okay.
And I figured, all right, I got the podcast launched. I got the business going. It's self-sustaining. I should try and help people now and use my podcast to broadcast my message.
Why not?
So I'm going to to write a book on how to start a lawnmower repair company, basically.
I'm sure people will buy it too.
I don't know.
I'm sure people will. I mean,
I'm going to sell it for like 99 cents.
Okay.
Make it really cheap.
You could do it digital or you could do physical.
I'll just do it on Amazon, like audiobooks.
Digital. That would probably be more profitable, right?
And I'm not worried about the money.
You just want to...
I just want to try and get my message out there. Even if I put the whole book, I'm planning to put the whole book on the podcast as an audiobook as well.
That's sick.
So people can listen to it for free, or they can get it, like the paperback. Because I think the paperback copies are like 99 cents is the cheapest you can sell them on Amazon.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting where my mind went. Just instantly, I thought selling it, but you're thinking I'm going to give people value for free, which is something I hear a lot on the internet nowadays. Me and you both watch Alex Ramosi. He always preaches that.
Yeah,
which is a new idea that I just kind of recently adopted. It's just they probably won't take, because you know this business. It's not going to take a whole lot out of you to write a book, probably, right?
I mean,
maybe. I mean, it depends how big the book is, but
I'm going to try and make it a quick read.
Sure.
So I hope it won't take forever to write, but I started on it like a week ago, basically. So we're like 1 week in so far. I'm pretty excited to see what will happen with it, though.
Me too, man. That's awesome.
I guess this is the release. This is the preview of it.
I'm excited. I'm gonna read it.
Thank
Even
you.
though I don't know anything about lawnmowers, you know me. I'm not a very handy man.
It's not going to focus too much on the actual repair aspect of it.
More on how to get your business going.
Yeah, and how to get the business going. Because that's usually the part people struggle with. You could take a group of people who are coming out of mechanic school, basically, and they all know how to work on the stuff, but they have no clue how to start a business. And that's where I could kind of connect with them, basically.
No, that's fire, man. I'm excited.
Even for you, though, man, writing a book is a great way to, increase your audience.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a story, that's really compelling. Your fitness journey, your music journey.
Yeah.
They're both correlated. You got up and moved like across the country, basically, a few states away.
I just feel like for me, I'm always trying to, right now in my life, like I don't feel anywhere where I want to be. Although I'm very grateful for what I've accomplished so far at a young age in what I wanted to, which is music and whatever, my fitness. But bro, I like never feel like I'm there ever. Like no matter like how much I do. So I don't know, like me writing a book, I would just feel like, okay, who am I? Kind of something like that. But which is like a chip on my, which is, I feel like that's a downfall for me. You might feel like this too, but like I never feel satisfied, bro.
Well,
I never feel satisfied.
I think that the dissatisfaction keeps you going and motivates you ultimately.
Gift and a curse.
But you just got to be able to dream big enough that whatever your dissatisfactions are can be completely wiped away.
Sure.
And I mean, you've really achieved greatness when it comes to fitness. So
thank you. That's the thing. I don't even see it. That's the thing. Like that's where my head goes. But I know I definitely did my thing, but I got a vision in my head of what I want it to be, and it's not there yet. So it's like, I heard Alex Hormozi say this too. He said most men's happiness is directly correlated to their expectation of their self. I thought that was like beautiful because like it's true. Like you see a vision of yourself, and if you don't have that, you don't feel like too happy or satisfied, really.
Definitely. And you have to be able to have a big enough vision ultimately. Yeah. Like, for example, part of it is being able to break those barriers you set for yourself. Because a lot of people can't dream big enough because they haven't done big things. Mm-hmm. So they think, why me? Mm-hmm. Why could I do this? Like, but you can't think like that. You just have to go and do it. Mm-hmm. Like you were saying, maybe I do make decisions a little fast, but I'm blessed with the ability to do that.
Sure.
Because what might take somebody, like you were saying, 2 months to think about starting it, and then another 2 months to order everything.
Years, man.
Like that's, and then, that might have taken them 6 months, right? Well, I already started it, and 6 months down the line, I'm already going to have something else going. Sure. And they just started the podcast. It's going to take them another year to get something else started. Being able to do things efficiently, and that also then starts with how are you going to start building out your team? Mm-hmm. Because you can't just do it, and you have to find people that are wanting to achieve similar results to you and figure out how you guys can collaborate and both get what you want. Because like Alex Hormozi says, if you're going to eat your cake, or you got to eat your cake, and want it too.
Yeah. The whole dessert shit. Yeah. Bro, he's funny. Bro, me and Seb were talking about him. Sebastian, one of our friends that went to high school with too. Like, he's just funny, bro. He's just like a jacked rich nerd. He's funny. But it's weird. Lately, I've been seeing so many. I don't know if it's the whole algorithm on social media, but it's all like self-help for me. Like stuff like Alex Hormozi and people talking sales and stuff. Like every time I'm scrolling, which I love. Like I love learning about that stuff. Like it feels like nowadays, like self-improvement and self-help is like a huge thing.
It's a big industry. Yeah. I mean, it's great to see people starting to come out of the woodwork and not be scared to share knowledge and try and help other people. Yeah. Really amazing.
I was talking to my dad the other day, just like it's insane how much information we have at our hands. And that could be a good and a bad thing. I feel like, I just feel like I have so many options to do certain things. Like I was probably talking to you about this the other day. Like how did you make the decision to, in a world full of so many opportunities, how did you make the decision to, I want to do a podcast and I'm going to do lawn repair? Because I'm sure you had other things you had in mind. I'm sure you still do.
Those are two completely different answers. Which one do you want?
What do you mean?
The reason why I started a lawnmower repair company is completely different than the reason why I started a podcast. Okay. So the reason I started a lawnmower repair company was because I hated my boss.
You needed money.
And I needed money. And I stumbled upon somehow finding out that the person who was doing it in the town Naperville that I lived in was retiring, basically. So if he was going to be retiring, then there was going to be somebody who was going to take his clients. And I figured, well, if he's going to be gone, I mean, that sounds like a job I could do, right?
You're the only one doing it in the area.
Yeah, so I would have like a monopoly, more or less. There wouldn't be really any other competition.
Is he out now? I remember you telling me crazy stories about dude, but
yeah,
he's out now. Yeah,
he's out. But at least to my knowledge, I haven't really spoken with him. But that's why I started that company, was just based on money. And it was a bad reason, to say the least, because you start to, it's not the right reason, basically. That's what you come to find out. And then when I started the podcast, I knew I wanted to try and help people that were in my own situation that I used to be in, and they're in the situation I'm in now, and the situation I'm trying to be in. And if I could help my future self through making this podcast, and help other people who are like me, why wouldn't I? Because it's kind of actually like selfish not to share your story with the world, because there's so many other people out there that basically experience the same exact thing that you experienced. And you don't realize that until you actually start telling people, and they say, oh man, like same thing happened to me. And then now you have a connection, you have a friend.
Yep.
And like this person could live anywhere in the world, but like you made that connection. And because of the technology, like you were saying, the internet, you can have friends all over the United States, and they might be more real than your friend sitting next to you.
That is so true.
Like that
is so true, man.
You never know, man.
That even relates to music in a way, because I write music from the heart, and a lot of it comes off like really sad, right? But like you said, that could help someone. Like, dude, I get DMs like a couple times a week. Like, dude, this song saved me. I'm like, you think I started music and you think the thought in my head was my song would save a kid's life? That never even crossed my mind. But the fact that I even put myself out there, like you're doing with this podcast and everything, like the fact that you even started to put yourself out there is it's vulnerable, but you don't know what someone else would benefit from it. So I don't know. I guess I have a point, but like that's just beautiful. Like just putting yourself out there. It's really underrated.
It's super underrated because nobody does it and nobody takes it serious. Like when I decided I was going to make this podcast, I fully committed to it out the gate. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I have struggled to do throughout my life. Even when I started you could look at the lawnmower repair company. When I started, I tried to start it as cheap as possible because I was scared. I was scared it was going to fail. I was scared that it wasn't going to work out, that I was going to lose all my money. I was going to end up back at the old job. And none of those things ever happened. Mm-hmm. Like, ever. And they're never going to happen ever again. Mm-hmm. Period. I guarantee you 100% rest of my life, never going to work a 9 to 5.
And I believe you will never either. 100%, brother.
There's no need to, man. With what I've learned, because I went off the deep end and I either sank or I swam, but I choose to swim. And I'm going to choose to swim every time at any cost, dude. Like what people don't talk about is I passed out 20,000 flyers door to door to get some business with lawnmower repair. Mm-hmm. It didn't just like, oh, he's got a nice trailer. Oh, he's booked up. Dude, it was every single day on a skateboard, door to door to door.
Yeah. I remember the snaps.
Months.
Yep.
Man, and then this summer, or this spring, I should say, in like February, I bought an electric skateboard. And
Saved you some time.
Saved me some time to pass out more.
And you're riding a skateboard too. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I put over 1,000 miles on that thing in advertising.
How much fast does it go?
It goes about 25 or so. That's the fastest I've
25
gone.
miles an hour, 1,000 miles on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of riding around, passing flyers out.
There's 20, it's probably 15, it's probably 10, 15,000 on that thing alone.
That's insane.
Because, man, after a while on this, dude, your leg hurts.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, how mmany hours a day would you spend average on there, just handing out flyers? Well, like, I remember when you started, like, you got the city called on you or whatever.
Oh, yeah, man.
Like, does that still happen today or no?
No. I actually, I had to, clean up. Basically what happened with the city was I was putting yard signs on city property for advertising. And they got upset about it because they were on parkways, like by traffic lights and stuff. So, that doesn't happen anymore. Mm-hmm.
Is most of it online?
So I still do utilize the yard signs, but I put them on private property with permission. SEO and website, like different types of tagging and that sort of thing, and Google reviews and Yelp reviews have really helped me consistently get leads.
Did that boost the algorithm? So say someone in the area looks up lawn repair business.
I come up number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah.
So the reviews help with that?
Yeah, the reviews push it.
Okay.
The reviews, keeping constant... man, this could be a whole podcast episode.
Well, that's why you're writing the book about it.
Yeah, seriously. Like updating the page.
Yeah.
Posting hours. Even posting like, are you open on Thanksgiving? Are you open on Christmas? These type of things just fill in the blanks so that it can provide as accurate of a search. Because all Google is trying to do is satisfy the end user. And if you can have like tons of information on there so that no matter what time of day it is, Google knows, is your business open, closed, where they should send them. If they're closed, go here. If it's open, go here, that kind of thing.
It's the little things.
And then Google will also track if the person searches again after they clicked on your page. Because if they didn't search again after they clicked on your page, that means most likely they went with you.
Okay.
But if they keep searching, that means they didn't go with you most likely, because they're trying to find more people that can do that service.
Okay.
So by satisfying the end user and having them basically end at your page, you'll start getting more leads, and then the algorithm will boost you.
The algorithms on everything is just running the world right now, I feel like.
But the algorithm is kind of a fallacy. It means consistency, because the algorithm picks up on consistency and frequency. And if you do frequent and consistent posting, no matter what the algorithm is, you're going to ride it.
That's when my music was doing the best on TikTok. When I was just consistently posting and making sure first couple seconds of a video would captivate, especially now, like short form content. Like I just saw you started posting like little vlogs on your Instagram. Like people love that stuff, like short form content nowadays. Like that's really what they put the little captions on there. Like that's
keeping people to stay for more than like 5 seconds.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah, it's tough. That's what making those hooks and stuff really, I gotta learn. But
yeah, there's so much. Like that's something that music and whatever pursuing stuff taught me, is there's so much to everything, bro. Everything has an art to it. Like you could look at something from the outside and go and just be like, oh, whatever, that's it. But there's so much. Like me, whatever, like a year ago or 2 years ago, like I'm gonna start a lawn repair business. Oh, that's me thinking you just gotta go to people's house with a wrench or whatever. But there's so much that goes into it. You could write a book about it, and I would have never thought that. So that's how I think about like everything now. I don't know anything about this. Please teach me.
Most definitely. Yeah. And that's having that learning of like wanting to learn. People value that so much. Even just speaking with various people, like I've gone to some different events and met and networked with people, and just like the willingness to learn from those people seems like they're more willing to teach you too, if you're actually going to listen to them and then apply. That's a huge part, is that people always say, well, give me advice. Well, you usually give them advice and then they don't apply it. If you get advice from somebody, you should apply it. Really, it sounds silly, but if it doesn't work, you're still at the same point you were. But if it does work, you're elevated. You're going to get to the next level. And a lot of people just think they're really smart and way better than everybody else and kind of selfish.
Well, so when it comes to taking advice from people, what do you look for? Like, do you look at someone and be like, I want to be like him, so I'm going to listen to him?
No. In the beginning, that's kind of how it was. Yeah. In the beginning, you just kind of try to like find somebody whose style you like, and you got to try and replicate it. But then eventually you kind of start to find your own skin. You decide like, you find your voice basically. Yep. And that came along with my fitness journey, really.
Me too.
It was once I started being in fit, I had a lot more confidence, and the confidence really boosted it.
The camera die?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But anyways.
Fuck it, that was good. Oh, yeah. We're still recording.
We're still recording.
But so I didn't mean to swear. Whoever's
We
under
can
18.
All right, we'll cut that little bit out, and then we'll film an outro real quick.
Okay.
All right.
That was good. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Nico, we're running out of time, but I appreciate you coming on today.
I appreciate you having me, bro. I had a good talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good talk.
Look forward to having you on again next time you're in town.
All right, bro. We're shaking hands if you can't see.
Thank you.
See you, brother.
Bye.